I have to say I am quite happy we decided to go for a second date. I should probably explain to you some things. The thing at the speed dating event, Miss Vanderhoff, she organized the entire thing, of course. She's the prince. It was all just a ruse, a ploy, a trap, if you will. Not for you, mind. For me. I crossed her pretty severely, but what are you gonna do? When you encounter your version of a muse for a storyteller, it's almost impossible to resist. You know, it's happened before. Many, many times, in fact. Illegal sirens. But what is illegal, really? In the face of true love, of true art, should you really need permission? Who decides what is right? It saddens me, truly. It touches me. But yes, of course she found out. She has eyes and ears everywhere. I cannot tell you where my child is, but they are very safe. For now. But I was easy enough to track down. One morning she was there on my doorstep. Always with her syringes. She would make a fine toreador with her antics. And her penchant for the dramatics. You've met her too, I presume. What handle does she go by now? Noah, Anastasia. I mean, the girl we never really saw eye to eye, but she served her purpose, and I have to respect that. It's the law. Ah, yes, the law that binds us, that governs us all. I should be used to it by now, you know? I don't talk about this often, not all really, but my upbringing, it was less than ideal. My father was a very, very strict man, very cold and calculated, businesslike. My mother, she was just insane. Always the rules, and we had to do exactly what Daddy told us to. And the implications of disobedience were severe. Nothing that Miss Vanderhoff wouldn't do, of course, but for human standards. And though nobody I know now would be above it, I was still quite shocked when Daddy dearest told us. It turned out for the better, of course. Me and Zoe, my dear sweet sister, I always tried to protect her. But I couldn't. She always got herself in so much trouble. Poor girl. But I wouldn't have it any other way. I love her so dearly. My father, he sold us to our sire. And it was his plans to sell us. Not permanently, but for the night. When I learned of that, he had an accident. Very, very tragic, yes. I'm sure that if you are more well known with a local folklore, you would have heard, but I am convinced that you are playing for the same team. You wouldn't betray me, would you? And that's why I like you. You're honest. You're a very good listener. So what do you think of my studio? It is quite sizable. My dear late sire, he left it to me, to us. Zoe has her own smaller wing of the place, and of course downstairs we have our little club. Have you ever visited my club before? It is not like your ordinary filthy dance club. It's a little refined, but it's not like we will sit around sipping our crystal glasses and taking little bites of the buffet. Believe it or not, I know how to party. While I don't like the reminder of my sire, the place has served me very well. And there's plenty of room for me and my friends to practice all the arts. Painting and sculpting, writing, everything you can dream of. You can have a look around if you want. In fact, I have one piece that I want to show you. I'll fetch it and you just have a look around, alright? I'll be back before I know. Did you have time to have a little look around? Is there anything that inspired you in particular? It's wonderful. What do you know about the arts? That's quite interesting. I'll have to keep that in mind. Maybe if I hold another soiree, you can join us and inspire each other. That's how I like to work. Of course, we feed off Fitea, blood, life, energy, but I feel that I also thrive on creativity and being inspired by works of art, by people, even humans. They're so fascinating to me. It must be strange to you, of course. Maybe if you ever get embraced, you'll find out exactly how I feel. On the subject of soirees, though, a fortnight ago I had a little get together with some associates, and I do not remember who made this piece. They never made themselves known to me, and they know everyone in the city, naturally. And I thought it was a rather peculiar piece. It's made on some sort of canvas. Not something that I stock in my studio. It's a very, very strange piece. Quite unsettling to look at. What do you mean, did I hear? Is there some sort of musical piece that you are loading to? A whisper, voice. You best not speak of such things, lest you gather some unwanted attention. Still, it is an interesting piece. One of those pieces that you could just keep looking at. You will find a new brushstroke, a new dash of color. I've not decided yet what I will do to it, but time will tell. Maybe it will disappear just as quickly as it appeared. And the smell is an interesting one as well. Burlap. Faint chemicals of paint. Something entirely different. Maybe a perfume or a cologne of our mysterious artist. Another mystery. Mysteries seem to be rampant in the city as of late. Of course, there are your power struggles and things of the sort, but it seems we have got a real whodunit on our hands. Honestly, I suspect the Malkavians. They always have some trick up their sleeves. The few people that I've conversed with this about, they were less than enthusiastic about that idea. But I try not to get too mixed up in other kindred's drama. It leads to, well, let's just say a stake through the heart would be the least of my problems. Plus, I have my own issues to deal with my child, and hiding. Have you felt the pain of being separated? Separated from someone you feel so dearly for, that you love with all that you can muster, your entire being. It will get resolved. I've thought about it, cutting back on the cigarettes. It is a silly thing, but the kindred community has been buzzing with things like these electrical cigarettes. There were some amongst us brave enough to pick up actual tobacco, but the fire, you see, not all of us deal that well with fire. Me, personally, it does not bother me that much, but my sister Zoe, could almost call it a phobia. If, of course, something that could cause your demise is really such an irrational thing to fear. I want to show you something else. Something that I picked up recently. Someone pointed me towards these. They are children's toys, dolls. But they are themed after us, after moi, if you will. Can you see the likeness? But I jest, my dear friend. She does seem to share our affliction, our vampiric affliction. I have to admit, I am quite smitten with this curious doll. Her sculpted face, her painted visage. It's quite a lovely piece of art. We seem to share a style in clothing as well. It may be a little silly, but in this world full of ugliness and pain, shouldn't you appreciate the beauties? Little beautiful pleasures. That's what I would like to think, at least. There's one more way that she reminds me of myself. You see how every part of her is controllable. Like a puppet. A prisoner of her own body. Being forced, being pushed. But I should not talk about these things, not even with you, a trusted friend like you. I do have to admit, at first I was less than impressed with you, but I'm starting to like you a lot. Very quickly you've become someone important to me, someone that I need. You've shown me that you can listen to me, make me feel less alone in these troubling times. The city, some will say, is rotten to the core. There are always a few light spots, and you are one of them in my life. And I appreciate it so much, my dear, a lovely friend, my beautiful friend. As I said, I really hate to admit it, but I need someone like you, someone that I can trust and build on. Someone that will be there for me no matter what cruel tricks fate has spun for us. Quite a fate it has been, don't you agree? What I'm trying to tell you is that I see you as more than just a blood type, more than an evening's feeding, more than just another human. There is even more than just a budding artist. You're my friend, and I'm so glad to have a good friend like you in the city. Dare I say that I love you, my friend. We should definitely do this more often. As I said, I will be sure to extend an invitation to my next soiree. We can talk more on the arts. I would be very, very interested in that. But for now, I think it is time for me to retreat for the day. And I have kept you long enough. But I know you don't mind. You are so selfless. I admire that in you. I try to be, but perfection is something that I try to attain, but I do not always reach it. But yes, enough of my issues. I will bid you farewell and wish you a very safe journey back to your haven. Goodbye, my dear friend. And may good health find you everywhere